Let's make strawberry jam, not the junky kind with gazillion truckloads of refined sugar, the healthy way and also the easy way. Today we're going to be making a recipe with just 4 ingredients and 1 saucepan. It's vegan and low carb, and it's the perfect condiment for all of your scones, your toast, and even your biscuits. Metabolic Living family, it's Bella here, the lead nutritionist and recipe developer at Metabolic Living. Today we are going to be making a really easy and delicious condiment perfect for summer. It's my infamous strawberry jam. As I mentioned, this is really simple, so let's dive into the 4 ingredients that you are going to need for today. First off, we've got 2 cups of organic strawberries, and I've just chopped mine up nice and finely to speed up the process here. In this little cup, we've got 2 tablespoons of water, but that barely counts as an ingredient. We've got 1 lemon just sliced in half. We're going to be using about 1 to 2 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice today. And then on this tiny little plate, we've got 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. This is going to help our jam glue together. And then over here, we've got 2 tablespoons of powdered sweetener. Now, I have used Swerve. This is a low-carb sweetener made from erythritol. It's a sugar alcohol. You can use whatever sweetener you fancy here. Just make sure that it's a granulated kind rather than a liquid like maple syrup or such. All right, let's get going. Grab a large saucepan, pop off the lid, and all you're gonna do is pop in your strawberries. So throw them in. Just a little reminder to please try and buy organic strawberries. They are on our Dirty Dozen list. We're also going to be adding in our 2 tablespoons of water. And then we're going to be adding our lemon juice. So as I said, about 1 to 2 tablespoons. It really just depends on your palate. For a little bit of a tartar jam like I like it, I do about 2 tablespoons, which is about half to 1 lemon. So lemon juice, water, strawberries in there, give it a little stir. Then what you're gonna do is put on the lid quite simply and bring this over to your stovetop or your hob, about medium to high heat. Bring it up to the boil and then reduce it to a simmer for about 15 minutes. All right, so our jam has been bubbling away nicely for about 15 minutes. It smells absolutely delicious. Some of the water has evaporated, but we still have a little ways to go. But what we're gonna do is take a quick break and mash the strawberries up with either a potato masher, or you can just use a fork, whatever, and just slightly mush up the strawberries just a little bit. We do this so that it becomes more like a jam rather than a preserves, which is typically more lumpy and chunky. Just give it a nice little mash like so. Okay, nice, we're looking good. All right, so very simple. What you're gonna do is put the lid back on, and then you're gonna transfer the pan back onto the hob, this time on about a low to medium heat. And what you're gonna do is let it simmer away very peacefully for about 30 minutes. As the water evaporates, the bubbles are going to get smaller. I would just also be aware that you are gonna want to just check on this every 5 minutes or so, giving it a nice stir just to keep it going nicely, but it should be a nice peaceful bubble. And then we will meet back here in 30 minutes for the very last step. Okie dokie. So here is our jam. It's been bubbling away really nicely for about 30 minutes. As you can see, most of the water has evaporated now, and it's almost just like a strawberry puree. And tastes like one too, delicious. So now what we're gonna do is add in our chia seeds and our sweetener of choice. So actually, I'm gonna bung them in together since they're on this plate. Just stir them in nicely. The chia is really gonna help thicken it up and create that jam texture, especially when it cools. So just stir it in nicely. Obviously the sweetener is gonna give it a more authentic sugary flavor, but without the crazy sugar. And that really is our final step. All you have to do now is just let this cool completely and then pot it. So I actually like to use little mason jars like this. Delicious. Also, little pots like this are also really great. You can just store them in the fridge. This jam will last between 2 and 3 weeks. So I actually prepared this jam earlier today. As you can see with the texture, it's a lot thicker than before. And I'm gonna have mine on a bagel because it's yummy. So much better than the store-bought stuff, if I say so myself. Well, there you have it, Metabolic Living family, a really simple 4-ingredient, 1 saucepan strawberry jam recipe. It's low carb and it's vegan too, and it has none of the crazy added junk, no pectin, no gelatin, and of course, no refined sugars. If you did enjoy this recipe video, please be sure to give me a little thumbs up, and I would also love for you to comment below what you are going to be trying your strawberry jam on. Maybe even post a picture. If you are interested in watching more recipe videos, culinary tips, workouts, or anything else, all things metabolic, please make sure that you subscribe to our Metabolic Living channel by clicking the subscribe button below. We would hate for you to miss out on anything, so also make sure that you follow us over on social media. We are at Metabolic Living. Thanks so much for stopping by, guys. I hope you have a fabulous rest of the day, and I will see you very soon with another delicious recipe.